Buck, what do you do that makes you qualified to give information about animation in said video that people are watching right now?
Well, you see, I'm somewhat of an animator myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also an instructor of animation. Wake up, animate, sleep, animate, and yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, wake up, sleep, animate, repeat. Am I right, gamers? Am I right?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Okay. So
no.
we got to talk about this, right? We got to talk about
Yeah.
this. So right off the bat, you can already tell that this has a lot more style than I'm sure you've played some of the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Hey, Buck.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, like it feels like they really understand now, because like originally the game is kind of like 2D with 3D assets
Yeah,
in a way where it's still kind of flat.
exactly.
This one's taking it to like a new extreme though. Like it's 3D, but it's like
It feels like it's relishing in the 2D aesthetic in a really aesthetically pleasing way.
oh yeah,
Right off the bat, the UI itself already has more style and substance than the new Super Mario Bros. Series ever had. Mario himself moving and looking at like a three-quarters view almost, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? Like it stylistically, it might look a little funny, but I think they're playing to the strengths of a 2D look. But
Yeah.
what I really want to talk about animation-wise right here, there's more playing with the model. Like
they're overshooting and then over. So what this is like what the head there. Obviously, they're replicating the old retro. You know when you go like a mushroom in the old games, your body kind of like spazzes out until it's big. They're
Yeah.
kind of playing with that, but in a more like
extreme way.
his body is kind of like shifting back and forth into like this tall pose, and then they finish it off with a overshooting arm there. If you keep going to the right, yeah. It's gonna then he's
And
gonna
then the
snap
spark goes
right
away.
into
Bam.
yeah, yeah,
And it
then,
just it looks so good. Like look at the animations. I'm sorry, but you notice the way that he pops into his pose, right?
oh yeah, I know a great way to describe this.
Yeah.
Right, they're really embracing the sprite system. Like,
That's what
they're
I was
really-
thinking.
Instead of like doing your like everything must flow into the next motion, they're really playing with the pop-in pieces, which just works.
Yes, I was gonna say the feet, right?
Yeah.
And that's not just with him either. You'll see it as we go further. That's with every character. His little feet animation. It's just so
Oh,
snappy. The big thing that they're winning with right now is posing, and he has a striking silhouette. And just watch how he goes from like a jumping pose to his like cool arms out pose. So he has that after jumping on the guy, and like it's just impressive to me because they haven't done this before. It seems like such a basic thing to do.
I find like a lot of 2D sprite games follow this method, like indie sprite games, or even like older games have that system where it's like but basically what you're seeing is like each animation that plays has like a follow into animation, right? Instead of it just playing right in, you'll see this game in particular, like honestly, it kind of feels like you're still playing like a 2D. Like it feels like they painted Mario rather than
Yeah,
like actually
that's what I was sort of thinking. It's almost like it's what I was thinking initially when I first saw it was it kind of looks like a claymation aesthetic just because of like the shaders, but with the way that everything feels so posed precisely, it feels like the original like Mario key art has been brought to life in a game. You know how like usually they'll have like the drawings of Mario on like old Mario games, right? It's almost like they've made that and they've taken it and put it in the game, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is, because it looks so special. Once again, you can sort of see the flailing feet. Do you know what that's called in animation? Like those are basically just smear frames, aren't they? But
no, those are smear frames, but they're ghost. So so say for instance you have a certain frame rate, but you don't. You know for a fact that you're moving much faster than that, right?
Right.
Sonic does this all the time. You'll see in like Sonic that he has like multiple feet. Yeah, he'll have like multiple feet. What this basically is it's faking. It's making it seem faster than it is because it's ghosting like certain highlighted assets like the shoes, right?
Right.
Mario's pants we don't really need to highlight it because they're blue, Right, we don't need to focus, but those shoes just add that extra feeling of Mario is like really just going at it.
He's going ham. This is the next part. He goes into this pipe. Like it seems so small, but like peep this. Like come on. I'm assuming they're definitely not. Actually, I can't say they're not gonna have that, but I can't imagine that they're gonna have it every time you go through a pipe. But if they do, like even the stretch right there of the hat when he grabs it.
Yeah.
These stretch frames, it just adds so much. A hat
So
obviously
you-
doesn't do that, but
Good old cartoony pull a squash and stretch.
it's
Oh, then it's smooth, and he starts going faster when he catches up to his speed, like in a normal Mario game setting.
the old like new Super Mario Bros. Games look more plastic and synthetic than this does. Even though you could argue this looks like everything's made out of plastic, but it's to the game's benefit. You know what I mean? Like they even make his little dash animations like little tiny, like they almost look like they're made of like a putty.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, imagine if you were to like home make 3D like figures of a Mario and then put it into a game.
Yeah, like that's what this
I
feels
remember,
like.
I remember art class, you know, when we made those little characters. It kind of feels like, yeah, we're with like a more clayish Mario now.
Obviously we know now when you take this weird seed or the wonder fruit or whatever the fuck this is, it changes how the levels are. I like the fact that they're even playing with the environment changing, the bounce of the trees along with Mario.
You know what? Like every like game's got this like artsy. I don't know how to explain it. Like remember Tetris when Tetris Effect came out, where they're like, how do we make
Yes.
Tetris really cool?
Yeah.
And they do really cool shit with the visuals. I
Yeah.
feel like Mario's now doing that. Where
It's
like,
basically them flipping the idea on its head and making something special. I guess that's sort of where
Yeah.
the title Wonder really comes into play and works out. Look at even this fucking weird squirrel thing that looks like a VeggieTales character. even his feet have the little
oh my
the
God,
ghosting
the
effect.
The VeggieTale squirrel.
He looks like a veggie. Look at his eyes. They have the outline. Even the shell has smear frames. You see those?
Yeah.
Like that's, oh man, it just adds so much. And their little pop pose, they show it with Toad too. I think key poses are that's what you would refer to them as, hey?
Yeah.
Like their key
They would
poses
be,
show a lot of impact and oomph.
Yeah. So like in animation, when you have a key pose, breakdown pose, and then you have in betweening, which is the rest basically.
I'm sure you've seen the posts on Twitter, but these are basically like the style rankings in Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
And I love the font and everything. It's almost all they needed was radical. The little ghosting frames on his feet. You know what? This as soon as I saw this, I went, this is exactly like him in Yoshi's Island. So we have the elephant, but also even look at like the impact of him hitting the block here. Like it's so quick, but having the little impact. I don't even know what you would call it. Just like. I guess it is like an impact frame or
That's
whatever.
that literally. Yeah. I was just gonna say that's quite literally an impact. Like an impact.
It just it
It has
hits.
little- You should go frame by frame on this one.
Yeah. So it's oh no, I haven't seen this.
God.
So this is probably the part
This is
that
the most haunted
I'm
part.
gonna keep it real. This is thumbnail worthy right here.
Yeah.
Right here, you immediately
Yeah,
as soon as he touches it, you are
You know that video of the person sitting on the toilet and you know. It just feels like Mario's on a toilet right there, you know. He's just
that's it.
sitting
That's his
there.
toilet pose. That's him when he's
Yeah,
full of
his toilet
poopy.
pose. Yeah. I mean, he just goes. He like shrinks down before he gets into like full size. Like his butt hits the floor.
Yeah.
Like he's a clumsy elephant now, and he's like.
Yeah, he's getting a little elephantitis. I even it's similar to his mushroom frames where you'll see right here his 1 foot gets bigger first, then he sort of just balloons up. Don't look at the internet for that one. This these might be some of my favorite frames right here.
elongated Mario.
And like this is not something they had to do. They could have just done what they did with the other games where it just goes back and forth, frame. But they made this look at he is the shape of a penis.
Now, before we go to the next one,
You could just make him dance.
so right before he's about to settle back down,
Right.
You
So
can
this is
kind
like
of tell
the peak of his.
when it's it's like the peak before it settles back into like because what you're gonna see is his face is just gonna flicker on to like I haven't actually watched this, but I bet you as soon as his head hits the bottom, that's when his head just turns fully like it's gonna pop into the new like elephant look.
Let's see here.
Right?
Right here.
Yeah.
It's getting to the bottom.
Yeah.
He's
It's
squishing.
gonna
He's inflating, as some might say. And bam.
Yep. Yeah, it pops.
Bam.
I see. There's no actual like. It's not no like. I forget what they call it, but
There's
there's
no
a, it's just, like,
transition.
there's no transition, but they're using these animation principles to do the work for us, so it's
Right.
making our eyes think that that's actually happening.
But
we just can't
it's
tell.
implied by the movement almost. It
Yeah.
just goes with the. It
And look
feels
at how
right.
his arm. Look how is when he stretches his arm. Like his body still stays the same size, but his arms stretch out as he
Right.
lands that. You see that it's like, and then his arms is going to start popping out. And
Like
then go back
it's
in.
like the pressure of his giant elephant head pushed them out.
Yeah, yeah, basically. And then as soon as he stands up, he's gonna then like his arm's gonna come back in, and he's gonna do a little hop.
And he goes, boing! Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that stretch!
Zowie.
Wowie zowie! But that's him. That's him. That's our elephantitis little boy right there. Look at
Yeah.
that. And he just I'll pull up. Also, these flowers
Okay.
talk. Well then.
You know they sound like those flowers. You know, like the Nintendo Direct when announcer.
Yeah.
It sounds like the Nintendo Direct announcer. I'm not even kidding. Like,
They'll just have
Like,
the
I
flower.
don't-
Dude.
that's-
Think about this. They could do a Mario Wonder Direct and have the flower do the narration.
oh, it's me, the flower. Oh,
Hey, I'm the flower. That's why something like this, play on words here. It makes me wonder about the future of Nintendo games as a whole, because this is like this is their golden child here. This is Mario, and they're actually doing something special with it. Whoa, crazy!
Yeah.
But been a while since we've seen anything sort of special. So.
yeah, especially for like. Well, I mean, the Mario makers were really cool because you could do that stuff. But yeah, it's just
but it
like,
wasn't a
we
traditional full
We already
game.
have the game. All you can do now is just build
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But with that being said, Buck, thank you for chatting with me about the animation in this trailer, our hype, maybe a little bit of speculation. Some could say a little bit of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We'll end off the video just watching the elephant grow. Wowie zowie, gamers.
Wow, zowie.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, I just want to give a huge thank you to anybody who watched this far. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video. More importantly, a huge thank you to Cordy Bannock Buck for joining me on this little vid. I just was inspired and excited. I know this isn't my normal type of video, but I hope you guys enjoyed the edits and memes I sprinkled throughout. So until next time, see you later.